Hi, and thanks for joining me for this video on what are cryptocurrencies. This is a beginner's guide to cryptocurrency for anyone new to this space wanting to understand exactly what they're getting into. So, the answer to your question, what is a cryptocurrency? Cryptocurrencies are digital assets that are created and traded online. They are not in any physical form. They are not in paper. They are not in gold. They are purely digital assets. The first decentralized cryptocurrency was Bitcoin. So for a lot of people who don't know what cryptocurrencies are, I'm pretty sure that every adult has heard of Bitcoin. And you may have heard some stories that it's safe. You may have heard stories that it's unsafe. You might have heard that it's dodgy, that it's only used for crime. These are predominantly things that have been put out there in the media to scare people from using and investing in cryptocurrencies. Okay, the main thing about cryptocurrencies, the main benefit of cryptocurrencies is that they are decentralized. Decentralized means they're not owned by any government, they're not owned by any central bank. And for anybody who understands the current monetary system that the world is governed by, you will understand why this is a positive thing and not a negative. Although governments and media may want you to believe that this is a negative so that they can keep control of the money system. As we know in this world, there's a lot of disparity between the rich and the poor. This is a result of the monetary system that we are subjected to, one that we're born into, one that we have no choice about. Cryptocurrency offers us a choice to not be told how much we can have, how much we can't have, and not be unduly taxed on our earnings, okay? So if you do a basic Google search, you can easily get answers to what cryptocurrencies are. But I would definitely say to you to stay away from anything produced by central banks. You have to understand that cryptocurrencies are the biggest threat to central banks. Now, for some people, this will be enough for you to end this video and say, you don't want anything to do with this. And for you, I would say, goodbye, nice to see you, have a nice life. For everyone else, I say come in and get more information on how this can change your life. So yeah, as I was saying before, most people in the crypto space have a full understanding of the current monetary system the world is run under. And this is why people opt to use cryptocurrencies. You get that freedom, freedom from governments, freedom from banks, and you can make a lot of money doing it. So let's go back to 2008 where cryptocurrency first began. And the first cryptocurrency, as I mentioned earlier, everybody's heard of Bitcoin. Bitcoin was the first decentralized cryptocurrency and was created in 2009, presumably by a developer called Satoshi Nakamoto. And yeah, from 2009 to now, it's just been a crypto revolution. Bitcoin was the first, then we had Ethereum, and we've had countless others to name. We've got Tron, we've got Litecoin, we got Ripple, we got Daz, we got so much different coins. I don't even know where to start. I mean, even in my own wallet, I've probably got about 50 different coins. So let's look at some of the benefits of cryptocurrency. So firstly, this is a decentralized currency. And you have to understand, decentralized is better for everybody. It's fairer for everybody. You've got no one man controlling it. You've got no one family controlling it. Unlike the UK pound, the Bank of England, which is owned by a family, which is privately owned by a family. It's not owned by the government. There's one family who owns the Bank of England, the same family who owns the Federal Reserve, and the same family owns 98% of all central banks in the world. Can you see a theme here? Most money is controlled by one family because they produce all of the fiat currency. And once you go into crypto, you're out of their system and their loop, yeah? And you're free to do so much more. I mean, I know some people are skeptical of cryptocurrencies because they believe that it's only used for illicit transactions. This is far from true. Major financial institutions all invest in cryptocurrencies. They just don't tell you because they don't want you to make money the way they're making money. And that's why up to today, cryptocurrencies are not actually illegal. So you may hear a president or a prime minister saying, look, I don't trust Bitcoin and I don't trust cryptocurrencies, but they're all using them. I mean, Bill Gates uses cryptocurrencies. All of the big players, the big money guys in this world have all got Bitcoin. So you have to ask yourself, why are they telling you not to use cryptocurrency? Because if everybody uses cryptocurrency, then everybody can have a piece of the pie. They don't want that. This is supposed to be an exclusive club, and they're really annoyed that more and more people are getting into their club. They don't have the exclusivity that they have had on the rest of the money monopoly. Okay, so that's one of your main benefits. I mean, cryptocurrencies are international by their nature. So as no one government owns them, no one government has jurisdiction over these currencies to take taxes. Now, some people may believe, hold on, but if there's no taxes being taken, that's not good for the country, it's not good for the economy. Totally on the contrary. Most taxpayers' money goes back to paying debt, government debt, which is paid back to the central banks, which are owned by one family. So when our governments, like for example, the British government is in like 500 billion or 500 trillion worth of debt, that debt is to the Bank of England, which is owned by one family. Can you see the theme here? The same as in America. All the trillions and trillions of debt that America is in is to the owners of the Federal Reserve. So using cryptocurrency takes you out of that frame to a place where you have more control over what your money does. You don't have to deal with the effects of inflation. And for people to understand what inflation is, when you see prices going up in the shop, this is not because the cost of producing things gets higher. It's totally the contrary to that. It's because the value of your money goes down. So you have to pay more of it to get the same good. So that 1 kilo of sugar, which is £1.50 in 2020, in 2022, it may be £2.50. The cost of producing sugar has not gone up. The value of your pound has gone down. That is what inflation really is. And these are things that we're not taught in school because they don't want you to understand this. And what you have to understand is when they say the rich get richer and the poor get poorer, the rich are educated on how to use money and make money work for them. The poor are educated to work for bosses and get a salary. Yeah, but I don't want to delve too much into this, but I just want to explain to you that cryptocurrencies are not anything to be scared of. In fact, cryptocurrencies are the future. It's the way the world's moving, and all this, the only thing we're waiting on is for governments to figure out how they can monopolize it. That's the only reason cryptocurrencies has not gone fully mainstream, because they want to monopolize it, and at the minute they're not able to monopolize it. So they want to keep it to just the major institutions or a select few individuals who know about it to be using it. Now I want to get on to fiat money, so you can understand what fiat money is. Now, fiat money is everything you know today as money. So that is, let's start at the top. You got your dollar, which is the world reserve currency. You got the pound, which is actually like somehow still the highest valued currency on the planet. You've got the euro, then you've got the Australian dollar, Canadian dollar. You've got all your South American currencies, which I don't know the name of them. You've got your Asian currencies. You've got your African currencies. Now, what does fiat mean? Fiat currencies are backed by nothing. These are based on debt, and this is what creates inflation and makes the value of your money go down. Whenever there's a lack of money in the system, central banks create more out of thin air. Just out of thin air. They just print and print and print and print and print. Remember that paper money has no real intrinsic value. It's just paper. And if you look at the note, it says, I promise to pay the bearer on demand a sum of X. It's just a promise. And that is what the fiat money system is all about. It's a debt-based system where as the money runs low, they artificially produce more money to push it into circulation, bringing the value of the money which you hold in your bank or in your wallet down. And this is what the fiat money system is based on. And this is why so much people who are aware of this money system move towards cryptocurrencies. So this is just your basic introduction. I mean, you can feel free to go do your checks, Google it, find out exactly what cryptocurrencies are. And don't be scared off by the scaremongering telling you that it's unsafe and it's only about illicit transfers. This is not true. Otherwise, banks and institutions would not be weekly and monthly changing legislations moving towards a total crypto system. So since this whole COVID pandemic has come about, we've heard about the moving towards a cashless system. And we've even been told that COVID spreads on money. Once again, this is not true. COVID does not spread on money. There's still money in circulation. I have money, I have cash. I've not got COVID yet. And if you think the amount of hands that this cash goes through, everybody who has cash should have had COVID by now. But once again, these are just things that once cash is removed from the system, then everything is digital. And the whole world will be under the digital cryptocurrency. So you got central banks that are trying to create their own cryptocurrencies to catch up with Bitcoin. But I don't know how that will work for them because, as I said, most people who are involved in cryptocurrency understand the monetary system, hence the reason we use cryptocurrencies. Now, I know for sure that if the Bank of England creates a cryptocurrency today, I'm not going to pick the Bank of England's cryptocurrency over the cryptocurrencies that I have already. There's no reason why we'd want to move back towards centralization. Centralization is not better for the world, it hurts the world. It means that one group of people have control over all the finances. So there's many benefits to being in the crypto space. Another thing that I want to touch on is volatility. So yes, cryptocurrencies are very volatile. And this is something that banks and governments will use to try and scare people away from using cryptocurrencies, saying that you will lose your money if you buy crypto. Once again, this is just scaremongering. This is not really true. And I'll give you a little example. If you was to buy one Bitcoin for $10,000 on a Monday, and on Friday, your Bitcoin price drops down to $5,000, I will ask you, have you lost money? Okay, so the answer to that question is no, because you still own the asset. It's just like if you have a house and you buy it for 100 grand, 5 years later, the house is worth 75 grand, but you've got a 25-year mortgage. Or even if you've paid off for your house, you've moved into this house and you've got every intention of living here for at least 20 years. So like I said, you bought it year one, you bought it for 100K. Year 5, it's dropped down to 75K. If you sell your house at year 5, you've lost 25K. But by year 10, when your house is back up to now 110K, you still own the asset. So it's only when you choose to sell the asset that your money will change over. So if you choose to sell it at a lower price than what you bought it for, then you're definitely in a loss. I would say it's a D flip. If you choose to sell it when it's higher than what you bought it, then you've done a flip. And like I said, these are some of the common misconceptions that people that are not fully aware of cryptocurrencies will have. It's scaremongering. Cryptocurrency is definitely a way forward, the way forward. It is definitely the future. And this was just your brief introduction to cryptocurrencies, why I think everybody should be leaving fiat behind and moving towards crypto. I mean, me personally, I don't hold much money in banks. I only use hold in banks what I want to spend. And nowadays, you're able to spend cryptos on Visa cards anyway. So cryptocurrency is definitely the way forward. I hope that this video has given you some information. Feel free to like and share, and feel free to do your own due diligence and research. But as I would say, I definitely recommend that you stay away from the rhetoric that central banks are spewing out about cryptocurrencies. They don't want you to win. They don't want you to be independent of them. They don't want you to not be in their control. And that's just all it is. I hope this video has helped you, and stay tuned for the next one. Take care.